Okay, welcome back to Heroes 3 as we continue our factory showcase. So we are halfway through a turn here. I do have a few ideas for what we're going to do next. I had to actually think this one through a bit because it's a bit of a weird situation. So I think this potentially will be the episode when we finally go all out with a big stack of Juggernauts. We're going to pass those to Todd. But before we do so, we do have this slightly awkward problem of Melchior. So Melchior, of course, does have really good stats. It's level 30. His skills, though, are not great. I mean, some of this stuff is pretty good. Expert First Aid, not so much. But some of this stuff is pretty good. The problem is, he does not have Expert Earth Magic, which means even though he does have Town Portal, he can't really do too much with it. So I think that means Melchior has to have simpler jobs, and Todd and Wrathmont are really going to be the two characters who kind of carry us here. So Todd, I think, is fine to stay where he is for the turn. Melchior, on the other hand... Okay, I'm going to actually think about the ordering of this later. What I do know I want to do is I want to take Wrathmont, and I want to go to... Let's just jump across, actually. So I want to put Melchior in the town. Wrathmont then goes to meet him. Don't think these two gain much from interacting. I guess there's maybe some stuff we could pass around, so Shaman's Puppet is probably not needed. The Glyph of Gallantry we probably don't need either. So some of this stuff we can pass over, so we actually have 2 Tomes of Earth Magic. I think I should maybe give one of those to Todd, but I am going to pass it across to Melchior. He can probably make some use of it. Necklace of Swiftness we need to keep. The rest of this stuff I think we also keep. In terms of units, I think Melchior is fine to keep what he has. This one is the attack and defense one. This one is the luck and morale one. So we'll keep that as is. Yeah, I think that's all fine. Okay, so Wrathmont does have quite a few movement points. So I think what we're going to do is... we need to put on the Spellbinder's hat. So this is probably the most useful thing Wrathmont can do this turn. So there are 2 Dragon Utopias here. Potentially they have been cleared out. There is also the Sulphurous Lair. There's an extra pair of Angel Wings. There's the Magic Forest, Pandora's Box. There's a lot of good stuff here that I think we should go for. And I think it's the best thing Wrathmont can do this turn. So we're going to Dimension Door across a couple of times. We do have the Angel Wings equipped, so let's go ahead and grab... I think it's going to get increasingly hard to use all our spell points, but I'm still going to go for Knowledge for now. Dimension Door again. Before we decide what to do, I think let's have a think. So Sulphurous Lair is the one we want to go for because it's day 7. If there is a spare Rust Dragon to be picked up, then we want to go for it now. So yes there is. So we'll pick up one of those. We should get another one straight away next week. And similar thing. Okay. This could be problematic because we can't go for Armageddon Technique while we have the Rust Dragons unless we anti-magic first, which could work. But perhaps we want to slow first too. I think we do want to reach the Magic Forest before the end of the turn. It's going to be difficult. Okay, I'm going to try and go through. I'm not sure this is going to work. This is also kind of tough because, again, I have to be careful. Can't go with our previous technique. I really do want to go for this. I don't really have a plan if it goes wrong. I think first, let's see if it looks like we have enough movement points to get to the Magic Forest. It kind of looks like we don't. Yeah, so we can move 2 spaces closer, then we've got to go through the Pandora's Box, pick up Pandora's Box, go to the Magic Forest. So yeah, unfortunately it looks like it's probably just straight up not doable. Okay, that's a shame. So we're going to miss out on 1 Fairy Dragon. Okay, let's go back to Tartaglia. So what we're going to do with Melchior is we're going to leave the Juggernauts behind. And his job is going to be to actually go after green. So because we can't really do too much with Town Portal, our best option is probably to follow the path. So this yellow 2-way portal leads underground to this little section. Pretty close to Ranlu, who we can easily beat. Then if we follow this across, this takes us back to the zone we previously explored several episodes ago. which is kind of where green dominates. So we're going to go after him. Also going to change the compositions of the army a bit. I'm not sure when I'm going to do that, but I'm going to change things to make these heroes a bit more specialist. Melchior is the complicated one because he's the one who is least mobile, but we'll come back to that. Okay, so Wrathmont, in the absence of anything better to do, let's just go ahead and grab this. Stay in place for now. Henrietta is going to go to the south. Try and scout this out a bit. So we can see there's a little bit to the south to be claimed. We're obviously not strong enough to do that. I think we're going to be forced to move back up in this direction. Or in fact, she's not too useful, so it might be better just to send her to Middelheim. Park her in that town. We could definitely go for the fort, but still feel like we don't need to. Okay, Cuthbert's going to go to this. That gets us expert wisdom, which I don't think helps us that much. Todd does stay in place. Sam has already gone to these two. Doesn't have too much else she can really do. She does not have a spellbook. She does not have wisdom. Okay, we'll start pulling back and we'll upgrade this slightly more. So it is day 7, so I guess there's kind of an argument for going for the Pillar of Eyes. Just for a bit of extra recruitment. Of course, we're never going to really use Beholders or Evil Eyes at this point. These towns should be pretty upgraded. I didn't actually check the Mage Guild in here. So Implosion, we can learn naturally there. Animate Dead 2 is pretty useful, potentially. Not really so much for this particular playthrough, though. Other stuff, so in this town, I didn't really check this one either. Oh, it actually has Town Portal permanently in there, too. So that explains where Melchior got it. I was thinking I couldn't remember if we passed that across directly. Using Todd. Cuthbert is pretty much done for now. So yeah, we've got a couple of heroes here we can't really do too much with. There's a bit we could pick up to the west. That might be a job for Sam. Just check if either of these two have pathfinding. No, so neither are great options. I think Sam is potentially a candidate to be gotten rid of. In any case, I think we're okay to end the turn here. We'll see what happens. I can't remember exactly where all of our opponents are. So green is going towards the dungeon town, slightly concerning. That purple hero is not the previous strong one we saw, so don't necessarily have to worry too much. That purple scout is very weak, but it's quite annoying that they're taking all of our stuff. That might be the stronger one. I don't think they're just going in circles. There's something ominous there too. Okay, so I think Eanswythe needs to break through herself. Just reminding myself. She, yeah, it's a woman. I keep getting that mixed up. Oh crap, okay. I didn't really think this through. Is Meteor Shower okay? Obviously, they could resist, but they don't. Okay, so that stack foolishly comes closer. We go in for the attack. Doesn't actually really do that much. And that time they do resist. Gotta do what we gotta do. Should maybe try and save some spell points. So we definitely want to fight this stack in melee. Really just trying to save Wrathmont's movement points. Okay, so how are we doing? Still got most of our hit points, so I think we're good to fight this one out. See how this goes. 17 damage. Wonder if we can split them up. Seems unlikely, but it shouldn't really matter too much because we can just move out the way. How are we doing? 122 hit points to go, so yeah, we're good. Okay, so this choice, I think we will ignore basic water magic, just gonna go for advanced defense. That opens up the way through. So we move across, and actually I see we can't get across without fly. We do not have fly on Eanswythe. So Wrathmont is probably forced to go across here, which is a bit of a waste of movement points. But also it's okay to do. Okay, so stuff we can pass across. We definitely do want the Helm of Heavenly Enlightenment back on at some point, of course. The rest of this stuff we hang on to. So we're really just passing across the Rust Dragon. Then we go back to business as usual. We fly across, we take these on. They do have a Haspid, but we are faster. Go for our usual Armageddon, which they actually take pretty well. But if we go for this, we are safe from retaliation for this turn. Next turn begins. Could go for something like Chain Lightning. I wonder if we can just do this with no losses regardless. So if we go for this, can the Haspids get through? We could go right to the corner, but I don't think that helps us too much. I think we just get stuck in. So the poison is unfortunate. We've actually lost about half of our hit points. We can be reached if we go to the bottom. Yeah, situation's not great. If we have to go for Resurrection, that's not so bad. We could fly down and go for Chain Lightning, but Chain Lightning's more expensive, so let's finish these off. Okay, still clinging on, but we've lost 60 of our max hit points. We're going to go for this. This should be safe for now. Chance we don't take a loss. Okay, we're fine. Okay, so 20,000 experience. We are just going to do this ourselves. So we open this up. 15 enchanters that I don't actually want, and these are actually kind of awkward to get rid of. But for this particular fight, it should be fine. So we go for this. Yeah, that's fine. So we take the Fairy Dragons. Now, I do want to go for the Mighty Gorgons. How close can Melchior get? So Melchior does have fly. So I think Melchior has to come across. He goes here, he picks up a Rust Dragon. Wrathmont, Dimension Doors up. These two interact. So we are going to... Well, this is actually slightly problematic too, because he does not have enough slots at all. Could just get rid of the Halflings. So Enchanters I think we want to keep alive. So yeah, I think we sacrifice the Halflings. This might be okay. Not really sure. Okay, I'm going to try dimensioning dooring, if that's even a verb, into here. No, it's been cleared out. Okay, the other one probably has too. So we're going to accept that. Melchior now I think probably can't reach. He's pretty close. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to go back to this town. I want to pick up the Mana Vortex boost. Eanswythe has nothing further to really contribute. If we go up in this direction, we can at least bring her together with Melchior. She can clear out some of this stuff, not the Firebirds. She can definitely clear out the Demons. That wouldn't be too bad to do. I did want to take on the Mighty Gorgons, but I think that's just a bit awkward to make work, unless we stick around for one more turn. Let's have a look at the attacker. So it is Ranlu. We don't really have too many ways to defend from Ranlu. Oh wow. Would that be enough on its own? We obviously have to go for that. That's an unexpected outcome, but pretty amazing for us. Tancred's not useful to us anymore, and Craghack is too weak. Okay, so Morton has pretty good stats. He can't really get back. He does have fly, which might actually work. How much do we need these angel wings? Probably not too much. I mean, it is really useful for Melchior. Still leaves us with the problem of the unwanted units. So I think we just go back to Sorrow Crown. Ah, crap. Oh wait, I didn't activate. So in Horn of the Abyss, I guess I have that choice. So yeah, before we do that, let's make sure we equip as much knowledge as possible. Has that actually updated? Yep, 540 spell points now, so that's an extra 120 spell points. We go for this. Effectively an extra 240 spell points just for equipping those few artifacts. We are going to bring all of this stuff together. Bring these together too. The Rust Dragon I wish I could have given someone else, but it is what it is. We can always bring Todd across. So with all that being done, we don't have to worry about Ranlu. Is there somewhere else we could spend the rest of the turn? 1,080 spell points. So we don't really need to end the turn in the town. I guess we could Dimension Door across. Thing is, this guy needs to be attacking from places no one else can attack from, and I think Lakenshire is a good place to go because we can see a path just there. Paths always lead to towns. This guy's good enough that we can attack completely blindly if we want to. See if we can go for Dimension Door once. Looks like we can, so let's jump up to there, and that's his turn over. Eanswythe does have fly but can't go for it, so let's go ahead and just move up. Todd I don't know what to do with, so these turns could get pretty complicated, but at the same time there's really no need to overcomplicate it. We do want to bring Morton up. I think fly won't quite get us there, or actually it might. Yes it does, perfect. Okay, so we fly into here, we grab ourselves 1,000 experience, which surprisingly does level us up to level 21. We'll go for Basic Estates as it's a backup hero, plus nobody likes Eagle Eye. We'll go for Chapel of Stilled Voices, I guess. Doesn't really cost us anything too much. We'll take these faster units. And I think Morton actually has something to do. Cuthbert is just going to go to the west, I guess. Sam could do that too, but we're going to leave Sam in this kind of area just in case. Okay, so if we go back into this town, we have a fresh batch of new units. Let's go ahead and pick up. So for Todd, we're going to make him a specialist. He's going to be a specialist of all mechanical creatures. Nothing biological, but for the purposes of passing some units to Melchior, I think this is fine. I probably will leave the Crimson Coatls behind so that Wrathmont can pick them up. Probably should have done that actually before. It depends. I think Todd is more interested in meeting up with Melchior than anyone else. What Todd does want to do is he wants to go to Tartaglia. Once we go into there, we're going to pick up the 8 extra Juggernauts, and this is our strong force, 33 Juggernauts. Compare that to the 17 Crimson Coatls of Wrathmont. They have far better stats. This guy has everything he needs. He still doesn't have a necklace, but he does have the +2 speed from Cape of Velocity, which means these are now 9 speed. What we want to do with him is, I think we want to pick up... I think we actually do want to pick up the Fairy Dragon. Or could even go for the Rust Dragons, but Rust Dragons might be better on Melchior. What we want to do is we want to have one really fast unit, so Rust Dragons would really cover us off, but they're harder to get hang of. I guess we can go pretty far to the east. I'm going to try it like this. Slightly further. Ah crap, that was a waste of movement points. That was a bit of a misclick. Okay, so we jump across. We're now in a relevant zone. We'll find a way to make that work. So Morton has units that are potentially going to go somewhere else. I guess we keep the fairy dragons on him. In fact, it doesn't really matter. We'll go with something like that. We'll end the turn there. Not sure if what I'm doing makes too much sense, but hopefully it all will become clear pretty soon. I do fear I've taken my eye off a couple of these scouts. So this one's not a direct threat. Other ones could be. That one turns back, so I think that's probably their main. Didn't actually check. Oh crap, okay. Ooh, and that was full of units too, so I'm guessing Pink has taken all of those. Yep. Unsurprisingly, it's their best hero. It's the one with the Rust Dragons. So she's got those. She's got a fresh batch of new units. That's frustrating, but it could be an opportunity for Todd to do what he needs to do. Okay, so Melchior is going to go across. Let's just check this. So yeah, the idea is, well, it's a good thing we pass these spells across too, but the idea is, firstly, do we have any useful stuff to swap? Maybe not. Orb of Vulnerability potentially could come in handy. Guess we'll take this. Okay, so these two forces are going to go pretty specialist, so we're going to pass 15 Bounty Hunters across to Melchior. We're going to pass 39 Engineers across to Todd. We're going to pass the Orgoi Korkoi to Melchior. We're going to pass the Rust Dragons to Todd. Enchanters, I think, stay on Melchior. Should probably take this too. Give it to a better hero. Gonna take this as well. Anything else we can steal? So this guy has pathfinding, so this artifact is pretty much useless to him. Other things we could steal, so this is more useful on Todd. Shield of Naval Glory +7, this is effectively +9. These two are the same. Bow of the Sharpshooter is better off, of course, on Melchior, who does have the range units. Todd is going to stay specialized on mechanical units, with the exception of Rust Dragons, who are there just for the speed. Anything else? Nothing else that I think is worth the brain power of considering. So let's go to Eanswythe next. Let's bring these two together. Pass all of these spells across, so now Eanswythe does actually have Expert Earth Magic, does actually have Expert Wisdom. So Eanswythe now knows Town Portal. She might actually be a better choice, even though she's only level 12, just because those two spells are so good, she might be a better choice. Take on as a proper hero, even compared to Melchior. Anyway, so Todd is, I think, fine to go west. I guess we do want to hang on to a few spell points. Let's see, so I think about 80 spell points would be enough. We can go straight for Kosmitra. So her strongest stack, 1 to 4 Rust Dragons. Let's assume it's 2. Is 2 stacks of 17 enough? So the way this is going to work is Todd does have tactics, he does have mass haste. So we rush across 2 massive stacks of Juggernauts. Some other units to potentially help us out. Engineers, of course, can bring our Juggernauts back. Resurrection can bring the Engineers back. Sentinel Automatons are our specialty, so they're 12 speed, so that's pretty good too. To be honest, they're kind of the weak link, but I think that's fine. I just wonder, do we split these into 3 stacks? 11 Juggernauts per stack, that's still pretty seriously good. Rust Dragons can take hits. Anyway, this is the concept for Todd from now on, so let's put it to the test against Pink's strongest hero. The enemy does flee, we are expected to take a lot of losses to the Engineers, so we'll see if we can do anything to prevent that. So yeah, it's just the 1 Rust Dragon, so I guess the Haspids are the major threat. We definitely want to kill off the Sea Dogs. They of course have their accurate shot ability, which could actually kill off a Rust Dragon in one go. Or even multiple Juggernauts. So maybe these help finish off the Haspids. I think it's okay if we clump together because we should move first. Okay, we start combat. Is mass haste the best thing we could go for? So they do of course have their own rush dragons. I think let's keep it simple. Let's go for mass haste. These fly in, and even though we have far better stats, one rush dragon is not strong enough to get a single kill on a Nyx warrior. 8 sea dogs, not great either. Okay, well I think we have to block off the range units. Once they're blocked off, they're not really threats. Their rush dragon still goes pretty soon. Okay, so the clumping could be a problem in that case. But nothing we can do about that now. So we're going to rush in, we're going to block these off. Accurate shot won't affect us once we've closed them down. We take the hit fairly well. Go for the attack on these two, and let's see what they do with their spells. They actually go for the mass slow, which is a pretty big problem for us, and something I probably should have taken into account. Because now they have free reign to attack us, they go for those. I think we definitely want to go for Resurrection. Hopefully won't take any further losses. This stack of Rush Dragon is getting focused down, but it's doing okay. Okay, so the Haspids are the big scary stack, so we definitely do want to attack those. Let's go for it, and... I guess we go for the Angels with this stack. It's a bit of a waste. We do finish them off, and actually these can reach the Nyx Warriors, so all 3 of our stacks still get something done. Yeah, Nyx Warrior is incredibly good. I guess because we have such high attack, their ability just makes a massive difference in this battle. So we could go for the Rush Dragons, so that is almost guaranteed to kill them off, and only just. I think we do go for this. Okay, that takes away their speed initiative for next turn, then we can go for this. We should still get all of these back if we go for Resurrection, if we absolutely lock that in, and I think that's fine to do. So yeah, let's go for this. Only get the 1 kill, which doesn't help us too much. Yeah, they really focus those down with the Ice Bolt. Of course, because we're slowed, we still have pretty bad initiative. We take a few losses to those. Have to actually think through the turn order a bit. Because what we want to do is we want to repair the engineers. We want the engineers to not repair the engineers. We want to resurrect the engineers. The engineers repair the sentinel automatons, who are probably not that useful to us. But just have to make do. I think we also do want to go for haste, but we also kind of don't need to. I think we do resurrect. It's only their Nyx left to move. Do we block those off, or do we heat beam? So they can't really reach anyone else. They could reach this stack of Rust Dragons. I don't see why they'd go for those. If it was a human, they might do that just to be out of range of the Juggernauts. But that doesn't even work because we can still reach them. Maybe we just go for the Sea Dogs. That would kill off the Sentinel Automatons, but doesn't really matter too much. Actually, do these even have breath attack? Yes, they do. Don't tend to use these units much. Okay, so 0 kills on these. I guess maybe we do focus down the Nyx Warriors. We definitely don't want these to be able to go for accurate shot, but they can't yet. I will go for these. Okay, so they go for the Rust Dragons. That is completely fine. This stack goes for the same. This stack kills off these. This stack goes for the Nyx. These go for the Haspids. Haspids do just about survive. I think we do go in, we do repair all of these. Then they get their turn, they can finish off the Haspids. Then because they've been repaired, they actually get all of their speed back, which gives us back the initiative. So we didn't manage to resurrect all of the mechanics, which could actually be kind of bad. but we took fewer losses than the AI. Plus, we still have enough movement points, I think, to take this back this turn. So, 60 spell points, that is going to be enough. We can safely bring these two together. We can bring these together as well. Go for this attack. Probably guarantee to take those losses. See what we can do. So I'm guessing 2 Rust Dragons is not going to be enough to take down the Acids. Yeah, it's not. Okay. So a few more losses taken to the Engineers. We could just drag this out. Yeah, this is fine. So all of these stacks defend. Take a few more losses to those. Go for Resurrection. Finish these off. Okay, no losses, Advanced Ballistics. We go into the town, we'll get all of our spell points back. They actually couldn't afford the rest of their units. We'll pick up a few just as defenders. And Todd is completely out of movement points, so let's move all these slower units up. That's the end of his turn. Melchior can still go after green. He's still strong enough to do that. First, Eanswythe has to move out the way. So I think the Throng of Mighty Gorgons just isn't going to happen. I will go for a bit of extra knowledge, because I think we might start using Eanswythe. Still have to decide whether to give her Melchior's stuff. Leaning towards doing that. Okay, resist the temptation of this because it's not good for our Portal of Summoning. Go back to this. So Morton can still go out and attack. This should be fine to do. Might lose automatons though. I think we leave those behind. Go for the attack. No losses expected. I'm just going to accept that. And actually we do take them out, so we get all of their things. Some of which are pretty good. Orb of Driving Rain, that's one we've not had before. Royal Armor of Nyx is pretty good. Could potentially go for the Elixir of Life at some point too. Okay. Let's go for a little bit more defense because we don't have too much of that, and let's go back towards the town. Henrietta continues in this direction. Sam can't really do too much. Melchior goes in this direction too. Wrathmont still has a full turn. And I don't think we change what we planned. So let's Dimension Door across. We got so many spell points that we can afford to go for these quite frivolous battles. Okay, so they go down. We Dimension Door again. I do really want to find the Armor of Wonder. I think... I don't know if each black market has the same things. Pretty tough to jump in. So perhaps we just fly up. Just to be safe. Swap these two around. Ah, forgot to re-equip the boots of speed. Otherwise, this seems okay. So with the Orb of Vulnerability, the magic elementals still go down to Armageddon. Another 9,000 experience. Just gonna have to waste a few movement points picking up all of this stuff. Still golems. I think we probably do just get rid of those. I'm willing to buy this, no matter how much it costs. The rest of that stuff's not too great. Okay, let's re-equip Dimension Door. Slightly tedious, but it's got to be done. Then we jump onto the path. More Sandals of the Saint. Still no sign of the Armor of Wonder. I've not yet published the previous episode, so if someone has seen it, I don't know about that yet. More angel wings. Okay, well, these are going to slow us down, so they've got to go. Dimension door one more time into the wilderness. This place is completely unexplored, so not really that useful to conquer necessarily, but we'll see where it goes. Then we'll go back to this. We'll go for, I guess, well, we should resist, I think, the labyrinth, because we could still use those gems on mage guilds. Not that there's too much we gain from that, but I guess we don't really have good access to Dimension Door, which I suppose... I think we have to research for that as well. So maybe we save resources for that. Okay, let's just remind ourselves. So that hero has been taken out. This hero is... could become a threat at some point. That hero is not a threat. That hero is an irritant, nothing more. That hero is not relevant. That hero has been taken out. So there's not really too much to worry about. This green hero potentially could cause us some bother. Straker, who is on his way towards the town of Cold Soul. Supposed to be Melchior's job to deal with that. Not sure he's going to get there in time. If we pick up someone like Tancred in this town, that might be enough. We've got at least one more turn to decide, so we're going to end the turn there. As expected, he is beelining straight towards us, so let's make sure we get some defenders in there. That hero is not strong enough to take us on. Not seen Teal for a while. Okay, Wrathmont is just gonna follow this along. This will lead somewhere. I'm not sure I should be saving movement points, but... yeah, the direction does change. I'm going to go for a stab in the dark. Dimension door into there, that does work out. Path actually branches. Okay, that's unexpected. Let's go for some more spell power, and we can see there is... town free to claim just there, so let's just go ahead and grab it. Nothing really to be gained from going into the town. I guess we could go for Town Hall pretty soon. Tavern. Probably not too useful to us, but let's go for it. And that is his turn over. So Todd... take his units back. Okay, so of course Eanswythe does have that town portal, so yeah, I think she actually wins over Melchior. This is the importance of Earth Magic. Extremely important skill. Doesn't matter if you're level 30. If you don't have Earth Magic, you are not the one. Let's just actually go for a straight up full swap. Just for simplicity. So now actually those level 30 stats don't look that great, especially when you consider we've got an extra +3 there. Eanswythe is just as good once she has the artifacts. We're going to pass across all of these artifacts, which is, yeah, this is kind of insulting to a level 30 hero, but he doesn't need that stuff. We'll take Orb of Vulnerability, I guess. We can still do stuff with an angel at level 30. Yeah, this is fine. Okay, so Eanswythe could still benefit from a few extra Bellwether Armadillos who are somehow managing to still be semi-relevant. We only have enough movement points for one spell. So we've got to go to Cold Soul. Just going to check on Todd again. Is there anything useful Todd can pass across? Not really. I think ultimately we will give Eanswythe the Fairy Dragons for the extra initiative, but yeah, let's go to Cold Soul, make sure we have that nicely defended. We're probably fine to go straight aggressive, even get our spell points back. If we do that. Is it Todd who has, yeah, Todd has Dimension Door. That would have been quite useful. Do we have enough movement points to do both? This is safe regardless. Okay, I'm gonna actually fight this one out. They do have tactics, but they're just putting themselves more in range. Kind of strange. Ah, okay, but they go for the slow. So now we maybe take a couple of losses. No, they're going for the war machines for some reason. We do actually lose one of those, and yeah, we do lose the enchanter. But that's okay, we can take those losses. This is not strong enough to kill. This apparently is. This is not in our favor. This is, though. Oh, crap. Okay. How do they do that much damage? I guess he has pretty good stats. Okay, they go for the cure, which is actually incredibly useful to us. Can the Hydras kill these off? Probably not. So we'll go for those. So between these two stacks, this one is faster. No, the Dread Knights are actually faster, so we kill those off. Next round begins. No spell points to resurrect or anything like that, so I think we might have actually done worse than auto-resolve. No, it looks about the same. Wow. Tome of Air Magic. Wow, okay. So Eanswythe is now definitely relevant. Green is vanquished right there. I didn't even realize. I thought they had at least one more town. We follow this path all the way down. I was sure that was going to lead somewhere. Okay, we go to this. We will now swap some of this stuff around. So we've got loads of tomes. This is really nice. What else did we pick up? So we definitely want Equestrian's Gloves. I don't think it stacks. Okay, do we have enough? Yes, we do. Okay, we're going to go to Sorrow Crown. Does actually level us up. Basic Scholar could be interesting, but it's not needed. Let's go for Expert Offense. Morton comes back up. We'll go back into the town. We'll pick up. Let's actually go for the Halflings. So these two come back together. We've got a few things we can pass around. So this is +8 in total. This is +6, so we don't change anything with that. We definitely want to swap this out for Ogre Club. The spell scroll there is unnecessary. We could do some interesting stuff with that, but Eanswythe doesn't have water magic, so that's not the one. We'll swap this around. What else should we do? So +4 there, that's not that great. Don't think it matters too much. A lot of this stuff is not too relevant. I'm just going to pass all of it across, free some space up. Okay, well, Eanswythe is out of movement points regardless, so it doesn't really matter too much what we do. We're probably safe to take on some of this stuff. We should perhaps take a few extra units. So I think we keep the enchanters. I think we keep all of the living units. So yeah, Eanswythe is our beast specialist. Todd is our mechanical unit specialist, and Wrathmont is our berserker. With a massive stack of Crimson Coatls in the Armageddon, and I think we have laid a foundation to really start sweeping through the map. But I'm going to end the episode here. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.